What's up, guys? Chef Rodrigo here. Look at this. I just made this.
All right, my friends, this is our first live stream of the new year, the year in the Lord of 2023. Yep, 2023. Never thought I would live this long to see this year. Never fathomed as a kid that I would, be this old. So, very interesting today. Today is Tuesday, of course, as we do every Tuesday night, live with the Philippine-American couple. It is approximately 5:30 in the evening. It is currently, let's do a little weather check for you guys, 50 degrees here in the great state of Arkansas in the middle of the United States. With the weather says that we might get some showers, but, it's been pretty sunny all day, so I don't see any showers happening. And so that's up so far. Timmy, good to see you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Everybody make hi to everybody. And to Grace, we appreciate you again. As always, love your channel. Hey, Kylie, good to see you. Welcome. Hey, feel free to make friends with everybody. That's part of what we're going to be doing in the year of 2023. We're going to try to be better this year about everything. That's part of our goal. Now, if anybody would like to join us on the panel, let's see if I can figure out how to drop the link to that. But if I didn't already do it, because, when it comes to technology, I am an idiot. So, my technology skills are below par. But there you go. There's the link to join us. So do that. I hope you guys watch my little video right before this. I'm trying to do a video series on about how stupid I am buying crap off of the internet auction websites in hopes that I just don't get ripped off. So, Grace, we are great. It's good to see you earlier today. We are doing good. We're excited about the new year. Last year and the year before was a little rough. So, things are going to turn around this year. I got a good vibe and that it's going to get better. Check out the rallies are in the house. We appreciate you. Yes, the party can start. Whether you're here or not, we're going to have a party. But it is more fun if you join us. So it's up at 75 degrees where she is. It's 50 here, But let's see, yesterday, the day before, Sunday, it was 70 degrees here in the United States. We had that bitter winter cold that came down and froze us like icicles. And then 2 days later, it was 70 degrees. So Raleighs are saying hi to Timmy. Timmy, we appreciate you. Saying hello back. Anything good and exciting in the news today? Anybody want to? Part of what we want to talk about today is Mr. Yank. How are you? Good to see you. I've dropped the link there. One of the questions I have for us going on for this day is, let's see if I can find it here. Idiot dog in the background barking. So here's our question of the night. Oh, wrong question. Where did my question go? Yeah. Well, apparently I didn't save my question, so I'm going to have to retype my question. Yeah, that's me, So the question of the night is, what number one thing in your world, or what thing in your world about the year 2022 do you want to forget about? So what, in your opinion, was the worst thing that happened in 2022 and you can't wait to forget about it?
Hey, Timmy, I missed an important appointment.
You're missing.
Yeah.
That's what you want to forget about?
Yeah, because I'm still sitting here. Otherwise, it probably would have been on my way.
Oh, I see. I see. So yeah, that's kind of our question. What is it that we hated the most or disliked the most? And this is the first
Well,
episode, so we're going to bitch and complain about the year of 2022.
what I dislike the most is when the host doesn't have his question ready.
Yeah, no crap. I wonder why.
Yeah.
That's right. You're welcome to drop your links, of course.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. I don't know where my question went, but I'm pretty good at questions usually.
You had all day to type it and save it.
Well,
All day.
had a couple of weeks technically, but it was questioning. So yeah, I figure this episode, since we usually dry off into the ditch anyway, that we would just start off in the ditch saying, let's bitch and complain as much as we want about the year 2022 so that we can move forward.
That's the American way.
Well, it is.
Complaining, yeah. But the board ought to light up pretty quickly now.
Well, we're open. This is really what I want to do. I want people to get their frustrations out. It's going to be like a therapy session, Bill O'Reilly, where we and Timmy and Auntie Grace, where we discuss all the horrible things that we're happy to get rid of for 2022. We're going to have some therapy so that we can embrace the year of 2023 with positive and hopes and desires, and not let the year 2022, stifle you. So what have you been up to today, Mr. Yank?
What did I do? I don't even know. I went to get a haircut, and what else did I do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. I don't think I did much today at all.
So you're one of those rich retired people that, just kind of lounge around and enjoy and just don't do nothing.
Well, you know what? Doing nothing can be very exhausting.
It can.
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah.
That's how I felt in the Philippines, doing nothing. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm doing nothing,
Yeah.
Everybody make friends with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing I don't know if you heard, I'm doing this whole thing where I'm buying junk off of auction websites in hopes that it's gold, that it's worth money. So I've been making little videos every week. I'm going to release a new one so everybody will see what I get.
Like this, you have hope in one hand and shit in the other.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm kind of, because you only get a couple of pictures, and then you get a whole lot of disclaimers that may or may not be real. May or may not be this.
Maybe.
So far we've taken in some watches and baseball cards and some other things, and I kind of got put in my place the other day a tiny bit.
By who?
Well, I got a brother who does baseball cards and coins, and so and I have no interest in sports cards at all. But I saw some on an auction site, and nobody bid on them, so I got them for like $20, including shipping, 7 pounds. Baseball or sports cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, this is cool. Maybe I'll get lucky and find something worth $20 to get my money back. And of course, being a brother of mine, real brother, I had to rub it in and say, hey, look what I did, And he's like, oh yeah. So you probably got, a couple thousand cards there. 7 pounds would be maybe a couple thousand cards.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, well, we have roughly like, probably 300 cards. I'm like, oh, crap. So it wasn't a competition, man. So,
well, you might, I thought you were going to say that you bought a bunch of crap cards.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been through them yet, but he did hook me up or tell me about an app that you can put on your phone that scans the picture of the sports card,
Hmm.
and it lets you know what it's selling on eBay or if it is on eBay currently. So or in the past.
Hmm.
So I did do a small handful of cards the other day, and I found two that were worth over $20 on eBay. So at least I should get my money back somehow on those. And then I got bored and put them away.
Oh,
You know, my attention span is about,
uh-huh. Like a 2-year-old.
so they're sitting under my desk somewhere. Hopefully I don't crinkle them.
Where's all the women here?
Well, my beautiful wife is home. She's eating. I cooked her up some
What's she?
fried pork chop. Auntie Grace was online earlier, so I didn't see Timmy's live stream today, but Auntie Grace's was on earlier. So
So you have your wife's home all day.
no, she worked, but she's home now. It's after 5.
I thought you said she works from home.
Sometimes,
Oh, today was your lucky day.
yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah. Had some peace and quiet. Got the house cleaned up. Got the from the big holidays. Got all that
Yeah.
stuff squared away.
Eating some of that leftover.
Yeah. John Baker's in the house. John, how are you? We know that's not you lifting weights there.
Hey,
So,
John.
John says the women are still hungover from all the partying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of food, but I really believe in the vacuum seal freezer bags. So like we cooked a big ham and I so I froze a bunch of that today and did some other things like that, and that was your picture when you were young in high school, John says. Yeah, I might be able to believe that. So, what did you do for New Year's, Mr. Yank?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, never do nothing.
Were you awake?
Yeah. Yeah, I was awake all right. That kind of thing don't excite me.
We had a couple of people over and we were playing a trivial type game and almost lost track of time and just barely got it in. About 3 minutes to go, we realized it was time to,
You realize you didn't care that it was New Year's Eve.
Who's that?
You?
Me? Yeah. John said he stayed home and fondled his wife. Well,
Yeah, there
as
you
long as
go. All right. That's a way
as
to
long as
go.
you're fondling your wife, John, I think that's an okay thing to do.
It's yeah, that's every American's right.
Right and duty. But as long as she was your wife, not your
It's
neighbor's wife.
his duty to please that booty.
That's right. That's right. So that's all we did. We
Please the booty?
maybe.
Did you now? Did
You
you
never know, man.
did you shoot any film?
Gentlemen don't tell.
Yeah. Well, I'll save that for a gentleman then.
That's well, the answer to that is, well, you're no gentleman, so tell.
Yeah.
John Baker, hey, my question for everybody tonight is, what is one thing from last year in the year 2022 that you are most looking forward to forgetting? So that we're going to do a therapy session and help everybody move on from 2022 to looking forward to 23.
I don't think there's a whole lot of things when you get older, though. You know, life's a bit better if you played the cards right when you were younger.
But do we? I mean, I look back and
Oh,
be an old guy now and go, man, I really messed up as a young person.
see, I was in high school. How many years ago was that?
For
Oh,
you,
man, when I
about
went in the army was over 40 years ago. Oh man, I'm 61 now.
see,
Hmm.
John says he's John says I mailed my older son a PlayStation 5 bundle, God of War today. Wow, nice of you. Wow, that's I need one of those. I had a friend show me his the other day, and I decided that one of those need to come to my house, John. So check in with me a little bit later, and I'll give you my home address.
So what time did you wake up today?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know, 8 o'clock.
and you've been busy all day. Did you put on your maid's outfit? Yeah,
Yeah, I get up every day, put my makeup on,
just the maid's outfit. That
that's yeah. Now, what do I usually do? I usually get up. Lorelai leaves for work. I get up shortly after that, and then I usually, eat cereal, Raisin Bran Crunch, or a piece of fruit or something, and then kind of mill around a little bit, and then start figuring out what I'm gonna do.
I can't eat bananas no more
Why not?
because bananas interfere with the beta blockers.
Really?
Potassium, yeah,
Huh? I didn't know that.
yeah, that and caffeine. Because the first week I was taking them, I was
We have a visitor.
I was just guzzling. Oh, spoke too soon.
Yeah, we have a visitor.
Yeah, I heard my name.
Yeah, you did.
He was saying bad things about you.
Yeah, I was in the other room watching it.
Oh my God.
He told me I should fondle another girl.
Yeah,
Michelob Light, John.
he said he can't wait for you to leave so he can get that blow up doll out the closet.
What?
Let's see.
Tell her what a blow up doll is. She doesn't know what that is.
It's like having a woman with you, only it don't talk.
What? Say that. You explain?
He has to explain.
No,
Mr.
you
Yank,
You explain.
explain
It
what
doesn't.
a blow up doll is.
It
A blow up
can't read.
doll is a novelty thing that has. You've seen them in the movies. It's kind of like a gag gift. It looks supposed to look like a woman.
Some people use.
But
Some
it's
people.
like a raft, like a.
Some people actually used to. Actually,
And
some people,
why?
Why does Mr. Yank have a bunch of those?
no, I don't. David's got one.
I don't know why Mr. Yank
He
has
got handed-
dolls.
You got handed to the Japanese though. They got one out now. I think it's $25,000, lifelike. So
Wow.
dinner in a movie, and it don't care about how long you're on off.
How do you know about that, Mr. Yank?
Well, you need one because your
Well,
wife is not there.
I know how to control myself, unlike David.
Hi, John.
How do I know about that? Because that
Hey,
video.
Anthony, you need one, not David. David got me
Yeah, well, he was saying that doll.
to Abdul. Her name is.
Saying that doll works a little better than you do.
It's kind of like a inner tube.
Oh my goodness, I don't even understand this guy though. Hi, Scotty.
Hello, Scotty B. How are you, my friend? Good to have you. Hey, we're talking tonight. Well, one about blow-up dolls, apparently,
Oh no.
and Michelob Light beer, which John Baker drinks, which I don't like. I like the dark beer, the Amberbach.
Ugh, nah, I don't like that.
What is the patches?
Patches. That would be the nickname because it has holes in it.
It's like fixing a bicycle tire with an inner tube. When you get a hole,
Yeah.
Had for the
Put the
swimming pool.
patch
Is
on
that
it.
the one they use when the crime scene and they throw a doll on it?
No, Lord.
This would be more like an inner tube. Like
Nah, forget it.
My
Yeah,
wife
that's
is cooking fish soup.
a
remember-
different show.
remember in our swimming pool, the rafts that you
Yeah.
go out and float around.
Yeah,
with
but
full
it
of
makes
air?
of
But
like put the air in it.
here, I'll Google it.
No, you don't.
See?
She's going to go ask all of her Filipino friends now.
Oh,
How
they're
many
not.
of your husbands that blow
They're-
up calls like Mr. Yank?
They're going to confuse. Oh my God.
Why are you talking about those, by the way?
Mr. Yank.
I am not.
You brought that up.
And
You know
frickin'
how he is.
hey, Huggy Bear there was talking, not me. I'm only devoted to one woman, one thing, not.
John says he's cooking fish soup, or his wife is cooking fish soup. Wow.
Mm.
I made my wife fried pork chops.
Yeah, see, David, he got a lot of holes in his.
Yeah. Mine
Kind
is so holy it doesn't hold air.
of looks like a whole like a street person.
Scotty says he threw his out because it doesn't make any money, not making the money.
Yeah. It's guaranteed not to have children.
Guaranteed.
Mm.
That's for sure. That's for sure. You know.
It functions like humans, Lorelei, only it doesn't complain.
Oh God. The robot one, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cook. Hey, John, I cooked pork belly on over the holidays for somebody who ordered one, and then I cooked a crispy pata for New Year's for Lorelei and Christmas. So I actually been busy this holiday season cooking pork.
So how much of that food you have left from New Year's Eve?
Well, New Year's Eve, you know, part of the philosophy for us is to have and I guess it's kind of part of their culture, is to have plenty to offer, so that you will receive plenty for the new year.
Hmm.
And so, you know, the Lorelei explained to me that you know, we had to have rice, of course,
Hmm.
different types. You got to have pork. You know, we had beef because beef's expensive. So, but the key was we couldn't have any chicken, because I guess chicken worked too hard for their food. So if you serve chicken on New Year's Eve, that means your next year financially is going to be really hard. You're going to have to really scrap for the money.
Hmm.
So pork bellies are fat. So you have, you know, desserts and candies and sweets. We have to shake the coins and scare the spirits, open the doors and let the ones in, turn all the lights on. We have to do all of that stuff. So we did all of that. But the next day, to answer your question, Lorelei had some of her girlfriends come over, and they did the Nintendo Switch. I just want to dance game all day, and ate a bunch more food.
So they kind of lost weight and then they gained it back and they lost it.
Yeah, and gained it back.
Hmm.
Smoked pork chops sound good. Yeah, I didn't make smoked. I made kind of a southern fried pork chop.
Oh, I love that. I love that salt in the ham though.
And we had a good ham. I mean, it turned out to be really good. So much
Oh,
so that
I love that taste.
I vacuum sealed the leftovers.
We should probably try one of those Reuben Jameses at Suburbia. You know, they got. I think they got cabbage on there.
Oh, I hate cabbage.
Irish, some Irish kind of.
Oh, yeah, we had the 13 fruits too, John. We had the 13 fruits.
So if somebody walked in off the street, they'd see a bunch of drunk Filipinos shaking containers full of change.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
That's to welcome in the wealth for the new year, prosperity for the new
right,
year.
man, I'm going to shake mine.
Yeah, and we do it every year. And matter of fact, it's so important to Lorelei that we don't go to other people's parties anymore, so that we can stay home and do that at our house, because you wanted to bring in the goodness to your house.
What is that, John? What did somebody steal that or what?
What's happening?
Someone returned the PlayStation 5 after. Oh,
So you got one of those open boxes from Best Buy? That's cool. Yeah, you can get a good deal on the open boxes at
What
Best Buy.
Why would somebody I went to there's a store up here, well, at least in the town I lived in, not too far away. It was a Sears outlet, and they had anything, refrigerators, all kind of electronics,
Mhm.
and it was mattresses, and they were returned, and so they sell them at a huge discount.
Right.
And when you ask them why were they returned, they said, "Oh, we don't know."
Yeah. The open boxes at Best Buy is not a bad deal. So
Mm.
Scotty says he has the PS2, the older generations. Well, I got a friend that has like a PS3, 4, and 5. I'm just like, man, he's just spoiled and rich.
I just got my can. You know what? When I have two GoPro 7, and when I upload one of the videos, it goes through standard definition, then high, and then 4K, whatever you got set for. And the 10, I processed a video. It's like so I'm waiting for the second percentage to start counting down, like on the 7, where it
Yeah.
would count down from 100, or start from 0, go up to 100. And apparently that freaking processor is so fast that it's done. When you don't see any more percentage there, it's over. It's on there already. So I'm pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, there's things I like about the GoPro, and there's a lot of things I do not like about the GoPro. I mean, I
Well,
think it has a good video quality, but mine's real buggy. It works
well,
sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
you got an 8 or 9?
I think I got a 9.
Well, they had huge problems with that. There's constant firmware updates. Are you aware of that?
No, mine's a 8 black.
Okay, that's a piece of shit.
Hang on.
Well, if you get that thing on your phone, they'll have the firmware updates. But I'm telling you, I got the 7s and the 10. The 7's like, the thing's like kindergarten. It's real easy. But the 10 is a little more involved. And also in the 10, you could have, I think there's 5 or 6 presets. So you can, adjust it to whatever's like 40K, 30, something like that, wide or cinematic. And you have them all there, so you don't have to keep messing around. But they're quite the things. I've just become addicted to getting this GoPro stuff. And I know some phones will film equally, if not better, but that phone isn't going to last as long as that camera will.
Right. Let's see here. Oops. John says the digital PS5, you can keep your games and get rid of the machine. Yeah, what somebody told me was the PlayStation 5, that the buddy of mine was saying that it's backwards compatible. So we can play the 4s, I guess, and the 3s.
So you can sell that, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it cheaper to buy.
What do those things go for nowadays? I never bought one.
A PlayStation 5, it was about $499 over the holidays.
Oh, that's brutal.
So I'm going to buy one next year, or sorry, this year, but next Christmas
You get
season.
about 4 hookers for that.
Well, you must like them cheap.
Yeah, well, $168,
You must be going after the Filipino hookers, or the Taiwanese hookers.
Yeah, the Taiwan. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, but the GoPro, I don't know, they're okay, but it just it has a certain use.
The 8 has a lot of bugs in it, and if you don't have, it would probably work better if you put that quick, what's that called? Quick capture around your phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a GoPro app, so you can go in there.
I have it.
And then see if there's updates for that camera, because
I haven't done that.
Yeah, well, you'll probably be happy with it after that, but
yeah, I haven't done
the 10s. Hey, look, the 10s. I'll have it on just messing with the settings and have it on for 10 or 15 minutes, and it's down to 60%. So now they had a battery issue with overheating. Now they come with an enduro battery. So plus the i4 Hohem Steady 4 I got. It has a 14-hour battery life, and you can charge your phone off of it, or power your computer for a little while. But
Yeah, I think the video that I did today was shot on a GoPro. I think I used my GoPro for that one, maybe.
you get an 11, man, you'll be a happy camper. They're like
Yeah, but
they'll be like they're about $400 if you got if you're subscribed to GoPro. But
but I don't know.
frozen up.
I don't know if I need it or not. So I don't know if I want to waste the money.
What do you mean? You buy stuff all the time that you don't need. Did you really need that refrigerator, man?
Hey, yes. Just
No.
ask my wife. That my wife wanted that. So yes, we had to have it. So, and what's wrong with our refrigerator? Nothing wrong with it.
What is that? That thing whisper in her ear or something?
Well, she thinks technology is cool. It's a cool refrigerator. She needs
Sure.
She needs
Sure
to
is.
I mean, you can watch TV on it. See, John had a GoPro and never used it. So
Yeah, I got when I load that, I load some test videos for myself, and it just it went about it a different way. Probably because it's on Windows 11 now.
yeah.
So I love familiarity, and with the other one, I knew where to go with all of that right away.
J3's in the house. We appreciate you, J3. So I'll tell you one thing we didn't. I think it was a waste of money that we bought, which was the Google Nest Hub. It doesn't really get used. It just kind of sits on a counter and runs pictures. It's like a very expensive digital picture frame. I mean, it works with the doorbell, but I don't know what its purpose is.
You're in the background, Joe.
Yeah, he's hanging out in the background. Scotty says, I have a GA. I have no clue what a GA is.
Congratulations.
I have a graduate. Oh, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what a GA is. Maybe he meant he's aged. I don't know. Oh, a gimbal. Yeah, I got a really nice gimbal. And really nice. And I've used it a few times. My problem is it's hard to get used to the thumb control. It just doesn't work. I don't know. Mine's real sensitive, and my touch, I guess, isn't so good. So when I'm using it, I can't utilize the gimbal. And we have one, and it's pretty cool.
Well, I got a couple different ones, and there's the first one I had that's only for the money. It's excellent, built-in selfie stick, only a 5-hour battery, but then it locks. It has 2-axis locking points, but you got to remember to unlock them, otherwise you can trash that thing. But it for the money, man, you can't go wrong. And it holds 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that.
So this is the one we have. It's a I can't even tell what it is. A Mini S. I don't know what brand. A Mozy, M-O-Z-A.
Mosey.
So, and it does all of this stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, you got. What does it all hold? Does it hold larger cameras too, or just GoPros?
Yeah. No. It holds your phones.
Okay.
And
mosaic, something like that.
Mozilla.
Sounds like you're pronouncing mosaic tile. Mosaic.
Yeah, Moza.
Mosaic, yeah.
See, and it folds down. You can, and it's really nice. It comes with a case, and we've used it. It's kind of cool. See, if you walk around with it like this, what I mean is it's kind of hard to maneuver the camera because the camera interfaces with this. So
Yeah.
this is your control,
Mm.
and so for me, I have difficulties, fine controlling it. And then you can charge your phone here if you need to, like that. All kinds of, it's really cool. You can put it on a tripod and carry it in bigger, all kinds of cool things, but we've only used it probably 20 times in the last few years.
Mm.
Let's see what Scotty's saying. He's used his twice. This one that we did it when we first bought it, but it's set up to where, like, if, let's say, for instance, I'm cooking on a skateboard and I'm skateboarding in my driveway, I could set my camera up and have it zone in on just me, and it will follow me around.
Oh, face recognition. Huh?
Yeah, well, or the skateboard, whichever.
Yeah.
The car, and it will track the car wherever the car moves to. So that's kind of.
Which one also does that? What's that pocket one? I forget that pocket built-in gimbal and camera. Osmo or somebody. It's pretty decent price. It's kind of small.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
a lot of times I've used it actually more for a phone stand when I'm doing videos, just because the height works well. Like, put it on a counter, and it kind of works as a stand.
I got a Iki Falcon Plus to adjust for takes a media mod with the 10, but I haven't set it up yet.
So
It's probably one of those things I just bought because I just because I could.
Andy Gray says that she's driving, so everybody get off the roads.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh no!
Thanks for the heads up.
Let's see. Scotty's saying they're great for walking streams. Yeah. And that's what I mean is the walking stream. If you want to kind of like focus in on something below or higher or something, unless you lock it and manually do it, I have troubles with the finger controls. All right. Daisy will say hi as always. Everybody say hi to Daisy.
Daisy.
Daisy the poo-poo eater.
Uh-oh.
Are you a dog?
Yeah, go ahead and give her a kiss now.
Hey, don't pick on my dog. My dog.
Oh man.
Kiss me. Smelly dog. My dog's worth more to me than most people are. Yeah. But her nickname's Poo-Poo Eater.
Oh.
So
Eats the other dogs. She eats the other dog's crap, huh?
now when she was a puppy, before we had the other one, we found her eating her poo one time. So since then I started calling her Poo-Poo Eater.
Was it crunchy or soft?
Crunchy.
Okay.
She probably thought it was dog food.
Dog biscuit, yeah.
What? Oh, because Lorelai feeds him beef jerky. Beef jerky, that's expensive.
You made that?
Beef jerky?
What?
Lorelai says that she was feeding him beef jerky.
Oh no, man. Oh.
And so her poo smelled like beef jerky, so she thought the dried poo was beef jerky again.
Oh. Yeah, that stuff would be hard for them to digest that.
But that was when she was a puppy. I mean, a baby. Not anymore. The other one is called Lily the Licker. Well, that's her nickname.
And my dog used to go in the cat litter there and get himself some crunchy stuff once in a while.
Yeah, John says they eat their poop for the minerals they're lacking. Yeah, and when we got this dog, Daisy, the black one, we got her premature. The girl that we bought her from I think stole her from her grandmother. and gave it. She said she was 6 weeks old, and I think she was probably more around 3 or 4. So it was. I agree with you, John. That's what somebody else has told me too. But she's not a poo-poo eater anymore.
Oh, she graduated.
She graduated.
Yeah.
So, in the Philippines, they were rat killers and frog chasers.
Oh.
So, but let's see. Yeah, Scotty, we did. We actually got some thunderstorms and some rain, but nothing dangerous or strong here. Some moderate winds, but nothing like anywhere else. We get the bad weather here. Same thing with the winter storm that hit everybody like Mr. Yank. We didn't get bad weather. I mean, it froze and we got about a half of inch of snow, but we didn't, no. And we didn't get anything bad here. So, but all right. So we're talking about what one thing in the last year, in the year 2022, are you happy to forget about, or that you're happy is over, or anything like that? If anybody has anything they want to tell us about what they're happy life is over about. So, because I'm excited. Are you, Mr. Yank, are you excited about this upcoming year?
I'm always excited.
Because I know you got big plans, man.
Yeah, get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I was watching these videos of some guy had a problem with his Social Security because he came to the Philippines 4 months prior to putting it in.
Yeah.
And he had, do a lot of chasing.
Yeah.
That was one of Dog's friends. And other people said they had no issue. I just can't, if I fly over there in March, I'm not going to come back here in June and then come back here a year later when my son gets married. So I'm going to bring everything I need to with me. I mean, if you apply for it while you're there, they send you a form, or they either call you or send you a form, and you respond to that. Otherwise, they'll stop mailing them.
Correct.
I have mine coming into my American bank anyway, but there's a lot of confusion with his. I mean, you have to have an American address for mail to come to. So you can rent one of those, or you can have a relative.
Yeah, with Social Security, you definitely need to have a home base address, a family member, somebody's address, because mail from time to time send you that letter asking if you're still alive, and you better fill it out.
Well, they had this guy named Jack. He's on here a long time ago, Jack Northrup, and his sister, he didn't respond to these requests, so they cut him off. And he said, "Well, the mail was going to her place, the farm, instead of coming to where he's at."
Right.
So he had a lot of problems, but I'm going to have my Philippine phone. I have a Philippine phone number, so I'm not having it deposited in the bank in the Philippines. I don't know if their banks are insured like ours are.
I can tell you they are, but they are not. So a couple people remember, and I think let me just catch up here. John says we're happy that he made it to 23. I told earlier in the video, man, I'm just shocked I lived this long. Scotty.
I have a little one, guys, so I got his Social Security card and birth certificate and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So the key is with Social Security, they still want you to have a physical address in the United States. You don't have to live here. You don't have to be in the United States.
There are mail.
Go ahead.
There are mail services that you can get.
Yeah.
Like $100 a year or something, but
totally, and they work. But
You know, I'm thinking of that versus a round trip ticket of 1,500, which is less expensive for me to do. Have it done there in Manila for, a round trip ticket for $200 or $1,500.
Yeah. Just remember what I was going to tell you. Oh, your online stuff. You have to be active in every 6 months, or you have to reset your
Oh,
password.
no, that's not true.
I'm telling you, give it a
I
try.
just did it. I did it the other day after the last week you told me, and
Right.
I hadn't been on mine in ages, and
Work.
it takes me 2 times, but it'll come up, so it
Right.
does work.
If I go a day over 6 months without logging in, it resets mine, and I got to go through the hassle of getting them.
Maybe that's got something to do with SSDI or something, but
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
never prior to when you mentioned it the other day last week. I hadn't been on mine since over a year.
Yeah,
So
Scotty found online, didn't have any troubles. But now the
No,
difference there, Scotty, is this: if you're living on SSI, not SSS, not SSD, if SSI cannot live out of the United States for more than, I think, 3 months.
6 months.
Is it 6 months? I think
Six
Joe, if you're listening, I think you probably have heard of this, knows a little about this. But regular Social Security disability does not matter. It's just like retirement. But if it's supplemental security insurance or like the indigent, then no, you can't.
Yeah, I know some people on that. And I asked what's his name too about that because he's on.
No, it may be 30 days. I think you can't be out of the country for more than 30 days on SSI.
Michael McFarland. He's on one or the other, and I said, hey, I thought you couldn't live out of the country.
Yeah, on SSD you can, but not SSI.
Yeah.
SSI is 30 days.
So, does Scott have any minor children when you put in for that Social Security? Because mine's coming up. I think you put it. What do you put in for it? 3 or 4 months ahead of time.
Correct. Scotty, is that what you did? How many months ahead did you file for yours?
Yeah, my birthday's in October, so I thought about July. Doing it in July.
Yeah, because you're 61 now, right? So
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and plan to do it at 62. Is that where you're
Yeah.
at?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I thought about waiting to get 5 more %, but I thought, well, I get more for the kids, so why would I want to not have that?
Yeah, sadly, if we had kids, we could rake in quite a bit more money, but we don't have.
Well, you can only go up to 3 kids. It capped that at 3. There's an amount for the entire family. I think it went down. I think it went down from $3,400. Might have been 32 now. But anyway, because a guy I worked with, he retired, and he was telling me, he was 60. He had big money. That guy made. Oh my God, $6,700 a month with his Social Security, pension, all of that. So he had 2 kids. One was 18. The other one was still 14, and you get $1,000 for one kid. This is what he told me. I've yet to see it like that, but he got 1,000 for one kid, and if you have 2, it's 900 or something a kid, and if you have 3, it's whatever, 850 or 800. But they capped that at so if you have 10 kids, then you're getting the same thing I'm going to get with 3. Took a month. Yeah, but see, I was watching this channel too, and the guy, if your birthday's if your birthday's not on the 1st or 2nd, you got to wait till the following month to get it.
Who's a really good channel to watch about all kinds of financial stuff, and he was a financial expert, is Grandpa Blogger.
Oh, that dude, yeah, he's a Filipino, right?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of his videos over the years. He's a smart guy.
I like that guy. He's in America, isn't he?
Yeah, he lives in Pennsylvania, I think.
No, I like that. I haven't seen him in. Man.
Well, I get his pop-ups, you know.
No,
But
I probably did too, but I got over 300. I'm subbed to over 300 channels, so I'd have to scroll down pretty far down, you know. As long as I get the process done, man, that's all. You know, that's everything. What if I have to wait another month after I file? I could, you know, if I get it November 3rd, you know, so what? As long as I got it.
as long as you get it rolling in.
Ohio, huh? I got
Oh.
family. I lived in Ohio. I got family there.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Omaha.
I thought when I was a kid, man, I thought Ohio was the coolest state because my great uncle there, my grandpa's brother, and my cousins. And, yeah.
You know, but you were asking about banks in the Philippines about the being federally insured.
Mhm.
Now, I did a video on this because I did a whole bunch of research on the Philippines and the banking system in the Philippines. So, and compared to the United States. Now, most banks in the Philippines are federally insured, but it's only a much smaller amount. It's like up to $10,000 USD max for any amount. And then, of course, depending on the bank, there's a lot more regulation or that you have to meet in order to get your money ever back in case that bank falls.
You know what I mean, transfer wise, I still call them that because it's a better name than wise. But a lot of them have that thing with it where they'll, you know, if you can have a reoccurring number, because my regular bank wanted $35 a month. I thought that's nuts. So if I pay those guys $5 and I get my 1,000, as long as I get it, I could care less whether I spent $5 or not.
That's why I use Charles Schwab, man. I'm telling you.
Well,
No money out of my pocket.
as long as I get it there without any issues, I like my options. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have more than one when it comes on sending and receiving.
I agree.
And once I'm finally over there, then I'll have my wife open up a bank account, and then I'll have an X amount of not the whole thing, but
Yeah, we have Philippine bank accounts also, U.S. and Philippine bank accounts. So we do. It's very difficult to transfer money between the United States and the Philippines. That doesn't seem to work very well. The banks never seem to confine each other, even though they say they can do it. We've been unsuccessful in doing it, so we've had to kind of do it manually. But Scotty's talking about, you know, if your check doesn't come on the date, mine is like his comes on the third Wednesday. Mine comes on the fourth Thursday of the month. So it kind of just depends on your birth date, if I remember right or close to it or something.
the 6.
But yeah, you need to have multiple ways. And that's the one thing I liked about Charles Schwab is they reimburse you for any ATM fees.
You know
And
what?
they-
Over there in the bank, you see people. There must be 60 people every day lining up at the bank to get in there.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, you should have seen it during the.
And if you don't have all your business in order, everything ready when you get there, you got to go back out and do it all over again.
Oh yeah, you know it's.
So
You know,
I go into Western Union over there, and I'm in and out of there in 10 minutes. You know.
yeah, we do
So-
banking in the Philippines, or Orly does. I said.
So for my peace of mind, I think I'm gonna have a second one where I can, you know, I have options to.
Well, and then, hey, Lorelai, what's that cash one that you're
I gotta go to
using?
the bathroom right back.
Cash grab, cash ask cash.
That's an issue with that lately.
What is that app? I mean, they're using it in the Philippines. Lorelai's using it currently from the United States to the Philippines to send money to people there. Let me see if I know she has to be listening somewhere.
I heard something bad. You hear me? David?
Yeah, I can hear you. Barely, but I can hear you. Cash Cab? No. Is it Gcash? Oh yeah, Scotty. I use Charles Schwab. That's my. We have two different U.S. banks, and Charles Schwab is my bank. I'm extremely happy. The weird thing is they don't have any offices anywhere near me, but I like Charles Schwab very much. Never had a problem. Their website is great. I like it. I like it. Taxi cab confessions, John. No, I know. It's, is it on my phone from when we were there? I think it is green in color, maybe. It used to be on my phone. I may have took it off since we came back to the States. But I really like Charles Schwab. I mean, we've traveled everywhere, and I've used, my card. And during the typhoon, it was a lifesaver because I was able to get to an ATM machine, and most people were able to pull out a little bit of money. Well, I was able to take out 1,000 USD. So I had enough money to take care of us with one time going to the ATM machine versus getting $100 a day. Charles Schwab can take up to $1,000 a day. So, and that emergency was really crazy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Chase, Scotty's with Chase.
You're a little frozen up there again.
Try and get this to work here.
I wonder if my microphone's working on this headset I got on.
Yeah, I can now better. That's Amway used to sell that to military to sell. What? Amway used to sell what?
I had all kinds
What
of
did Amway used to sell? I remember Amway. You're talking about the pyramid thing, right?
laundry soap. They had all kinds of products, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. I had somebody try to get me into that, which I wouldn't do. Joe,
You wanted a pink Cadillac, huh?
I had somebody try to get me into that. And I just wouldn't do it.
Oh, somebody got the echo here.
Echo.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm impressed. I've been very happy with Charles Schwab, and they pay a decent interest rate too.
I don't think we have one here. I think you'd have to go down to Chicago.
Yeah, you have to do it online. I've never been to a Charles Schwab facility. Everything I've done, and with my Charles Schwab account, I can buy stocks right there, and build my stock portfolio without any problem, stuff like that.
Yeah, good.
Charles Schwab Insurance.
Oh, I'll have to discuss that in great detail later on with you, I guess.
Yeah, I was hoping when we financed or when we bought this house, we pre-ordered it or whatever. But when we bought this house, I was wanting to finance, but Charles Schwab doesn't do mortgages. So I'm sold enough on Charles Schwab that I would have done a mortgage with them, but they don't do mortgages. So, but we keep another bank also. So we have multiple U.S. banks, and then we have a bank in the Philippines also. But it's more the app. Is it Cash Grab? Maybe Auntie Grace knows that.
Here.
Grab or something like that with a green logo, if I remember right, that they use a lot in the Philippines.
There's something about that lately. Something changed with one of those. I forget what the heck it was.
It seems to work really well. I mean, I know Lorelai just sends money to her sister now, and it automatically goes to her account or something. And when we send it,
but is your money sitting in a Charles Schwab, or is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Charles Schwab is like a checking account.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got Huntington now. They're excellent. Their website is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Super nice. You got to go through. I think there's about 2 steps while you're doing it.
Yeah.
before you actually get around to, you can print, you can print whatever page you're on there.
Yeah.
But super, no problems.
Yeah. Amway, thinking I'm going off on a tangent here. I remember I was introduced to Amway in the 80s. Does Amway still exist?
I don't even know, man.
It did finally get kind of caught up in the legal troubles.
When you've made it up to 60/60 or 20/20, you got problems.
Yeah, so, but no, like I've said, what I really like about Charles Schwab is everything's automatic, easy to use, but you can use your card anywhere and it doesn't cost you. So if you're in an airport in Bangladesh and the fee is $200, Charles Schwab is going to give you back that $200 fee. So I'm just saying, that's a nice little perk that you don't have to worry about which ATM you're at anywhere in the world. So for us, I like that. That's one of the things I like. Yeah, I don't think there's an Amway anymore either. But man, I remember after high school, because I'm old,
Yeah.
in the mid to late '80s, man, people were pimping that crap everywhere around here, and it basically was just a pyramid scheme, right? You recruit, kind of like cooking jewelry. You kind of recruit in order to move up the food chain, and the people below you are supposed to be selling and making money. Right? Is that how it worked?
Yeah, I get more people. You get in, you get a percentage of their stuff.
Scotty, I get all of my fees back at one time at the end of the month. So no matter what happens, I get it all back like within a 30-day window, but it all comes back at the end of the statement period. They dump it in. So they'll show you like, they've deposited $25 in ATM fees, or 50 or whatever it is. So it comes all at one time, and mine comes at the end of the month. So now I don't know, to be honest, if that's like from last month. So maybe it's from November to get it in December, because I've never really paid that close of attention. I just know they dump the fees back to me, so I never worry about it. But that's what I like about them. I wish they would pay me to market their crap, but I do like Charles Schwab. Scotty delivered Amway products. They paid really well.
So you set up a checking or a save. You set up a checking account with Schwab online.
Yes, it was easy, and then I set up a brokerage account also.
Well, then do you have your checks, whatever checks you get, deposited into that account?
Yeah,
So you got to do all that routing junk and all of that.
Yeah, so I have one check, one payment routed to one bank, and I have another payment that I receive into another bank. So that's what we do. So that way, all of my income doesn't go to one place. Divide it.
Yeah, I like options.
And then we have Lorelai's going somewhere else too.
Well, I made a mistake when I got over there. First one, I have a VPN, but my location was on. You had it on for whatever reason, and so they denied sending. And I said, they said, well, we detected your phone in the Philippines. I said, yeah, it's because I'm here. So what? What does that matter?
Yeah.
And I said, I send money to my wife. Oh, you know that? Do you know her? They say, Yeah, she's my wife. Well, she was picking it up under her maiden name. So when I said it was my wife being a different name, they said, well, it sounds pretty. I said, look, it's the same amount of money every month, the same part of the Philippines all the time. Right. And I went through the ringer with those guys, and then I waited a while, and I went back on with them, and they hung up on me. Just passed me around, and they hung up. And I updated all my information with, bank account and people.
Yeah. Scotty, I don't keep up with the receipts at all. It's all automatic. Anytime when you take money out of an ATM machine and there's a fee, you have to agree to it. I don't keep any receipts, but when I first started using them, I kind of kept track to make sure they weren't ripping me off. And I never had a problem, so I don't even track it anymore. Then again, I don't use an ATM machine very often. Back in the States, I don't yank out a lot of cash. So that's right. They're not a bank; they're an investment entity. But but it works, And I mean, if you got a local bank, that's great. But even pulling out money, what we found in the Philippines when we were there was we would go to whatever bank it was, Metro or Philippine National Bank, the ones that we have there. And of course, if the machine has money in it and the bank is up and running, Lorelai could simply go to the grocery store to any ATM machine there and take out money. And we didn't have any real problems with that. Like I said a couple of minutes ago, the thing I really liked with Charles Schwab was when the pandemic hit, when the typhoon wiped us out, and we finally, made it where they had a couple of ATM machines in the mall that was up and running, that was heavily guarded, and there was 1,000. I shit you not, there's 1,000 people in the mall lined up to try to get money out of those.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
And luckily, since Lorelai told them, and I am disabled, they were kind enough to put me in the disabled line. So I only had to wait, maybe an hour to get to use the ATM machine versus all day long. But with our card, with Charles Schwab, like I said, I took out $1,000. Everybody else was taking out $100, $200 because that's all they could get max. But I got $1,000 like that without any problems. So I'm just saying that tied us over for us to get some help after the typhoon.
When I was there the second time I was at the ATM, I didn't care about no fees, because I was on vacation.
Yeah.
And I went and they only allowed X amount of money per person, transaction. And I was like, man, I need more than that. And the guy behind us says, just do it twice. I did it, but up there in Boho, they try that and they can't do that.
Right.
They won't allow them.
And of course, the other thing you guys can do, and we do this whenever we travel anywhere in the world, is I love Discover. I'm a big fan of Discover. Never had a problem with them. Anytime there's been a problem, they fixed it and took good care of me. So I'm a huge Discover credit card fan. And I use my Discover for everything we buy. And then I just pay the bill. And of course, I get to collect points and rewards for using them. But Discover is accepted, not everywhere.
Well,
but 80 to 90% of the places we've been, if you want to use it, you can use it as.
Did you see that? It was on a Super Bowl commercial? John Lovitz from Saturday Night Live did it, and Discover card had just come out. It was out I don't know how long. It wasn't that long, but it said, did you ever use that Discover card? Discover, you could. They wouldn't accept it because it was hard to get that card accepted.
And there's still a lot of places that don't accept Discover. But then one thing I've learned in traveling, and you guys all know this in the United States or anywhere, is there's certain places that you feel comfortable using a credit card. Yeah. In other places, you go, it's better if I just pay cash because maybe it's a little shady looking, a little too sketchy, and you don't want to be swiping a card. It's better to drop down a $20 bill or a couple 100 pesos.
Yeah, she's king in the Philippines.
Yeah,
it is.
Versus using your card. So so we are really hard to. But if you go to SM Mall and you're shopping and you're buying a bunch of, like we bought a bunch of things, and I just slap the card down and then get points for it, and then just turn right around and pay it on. Go on Charles Schwab and pay the bill. So it works really well that way.
Sounds like a pimp, Charles Schwab, Jewish pimp.
Maybe, probably is. Probably where it started. But I like them. Just me. Just me. I like them.
Well,
Scotty, we appreciate you, man. Be safe and enjoy your evening.
have a good night,
New
Scotty.
Year, and let's figure out how to have a good 2023. Take care.
You give me about $1,000 a month, I'll have a good 2023.
Well, you're already rich, man. I mean,
Oh,
what more do you want out of life?
no, not me.
I mean, you got it made. You got a home in the U.S., a home in the Philippines, man. You're multiple cars.
Yeah.
I'm a kid in a private school. Come on, man. You got it rocking.
Wait till I get the hell out of here, boy. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I told my mom, I said, you die in the winter, I'm not coming.
That's not nice.
Well, she understood that.
I
I can't, John, David, I can't take that plane ride with my back, man.
No, that plane ride.
I almost feel like starting to scream. It bothers me so much,
Well, to be honest, the worst thing about the Philippines, I believe, is the travel to get to the Philippines. That's absolutely the worst.
Yeah.
It's and it's not because it's the Philippines.
Hey,
It's because of the distance.
my son was complaining the other day. I said, when you get after you're married, you have a kid, you come over and see me. I don't want to fly all that way. I said, how do you think I feel? I said, you're 30, man.
Yeah, much easier for him.
You don't have the problems I have.
Yeah. So that's my only thing is even Lorelai, openly admits that, man, it's a challenge to spend 14 freaking hours on a plane.
Yeah. Well, that's just the main one too.
That's what I mean. Not including the other airports and flights you got to take to get to LA to get out of here.
You get the hour and my first time I ever chose a ticket, I had a computer, so oh man, this is great. I didn't even really research. I just picked one, and that one went from, and this was forever. That's when I used to smoke too. It went from Chicago to San Francisco to Hawaii to Guam and then Manila.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow. And I looked at that door. I wanted to walk outside. So
the hard thing for me with my health is the airports, is walking through the airports, getting from point A to point B in the airports. That's the hard thing for me. I can actually, the plane ride sucks, but I can do the plane ride. But for me, it's spending all that time.
Well, that'd be a good question. Why can't they have the outbound, the second leg of that thing within four terminals of what you got to go to next?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just know that, if you're flying domestically, there's been times that I've actually got off a plane domestically and walked 2 places over, and right there's my flight out. But if you're going domestic to international, you got to go to international land.
Freaking Miami's a nightmare, man. Oh,
we flew into Miami the last time we took a cruise.
Chicago used to be good, but ever since COVID, when I got off the plane in June, man, and all of a sudden they zigzagged this line like 6 times. You went back 6 times to where you got off, like a big snake. And I asked the guy, I said, this used to be the easiest place. This is in San Francisco. Oh, what the hell happened? He said, well, ever since COVID. And then they're handing you out these the declaration forms, little papers, and you're constantly moving, so you can't stop to fill nothing out.
Yeah,
because you'll lose your spot.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean,
But lucky for me, the bus I was taking was behind because of the traffic, and so I got on there no problem. Man, that was nice.
well, luckily for me, to be honest, Lorelai goes with. she does a lot of the heavy lifting when we travel. To be honest, you know what I mean. She does the work,
Mhm.
But it's hard on me to travel, through airports. And I guess
Uh,
if you were rich and could have assistance, you know,
hey, hey, the guy in back of me on I was on Qatar Airlines, excellent airline by the way, and the guy in back of me, when I because I had the guy in front of me lean his chair all the way back, and I couldn't move my legs. And I didn't say nothing, but it was dinner time, and it must have been the same effect on the guy in back of me, obviously.
right,
And when I stood up, one guy next to me went to the bathroom. I stood up, and the guy looked at me like I was some son of a bitch. Well, I got the same thing happening to me.
right. No, it happens. I mean, and that's part of the drama. That's why you got to be rich and fly first
Mm.
class, man. So you get to sit in those little capsules, all to yourself.
You know
And
what? I was on one when this ex-girlfriend of mine, we had planned a trip to Dominican before we broke up, and then we went anyway. And her mom had passed away. I liked her mom. And we get on the plane, and I'm sitting in these seats. I go, damn, it didn't dawn on me right away. Oh, these suckers were coming. They're like big, like igloo, what do you call it? I'm
eggs,
sitting, yeah, it was like a real weird shape. And I'm thinking, man, this is nice. I'd never sat these before. It didn't dawn on me that it was a first class or what do you call it? First class. And then she said, I did. They must have messed up. I didn't pay for this. And I kind of like, well, whatever. And then we flew business down to Puerto Plata. And down there, she says she slipped, and she says, "Yeah, I couldn't afford to have it all the way." I'm like, oof.
yeah. John says he would bump that guy's seat every time he just started to fall asleep or fell asleep. Bump him and wake him up. That's right, John.
Mm.
And
Yeah. Well, I don't think the guy in back of me realized that we were all in the same boat.
well, that's the bad thing about flying. Everybody's tempers are flared, and
And I got to have an aisle seat. Right? I see when you have a 2-hour layover, hour and a half to two. I'll sit on that first leg from Chicago to the L.A. or San Francisco. I'll sit as far forward as I can, and then when I'm on that long one, I go to the very back, on the aisle, because then the bathroom's right there, and I don't have to walk a mile.
yeah, the key for those long flights, if you can get up and stretch a little bit and walk a little bit,
You have to, man.
that's the key.
I've,
I mean,
I've done them where I sat right there on A&A with the piece of crap 787. The seats were like sitting on a concrete. They were terrible.
yeah, I think the last time, I think we booked all three seats so that we had room for Lorelei to sleep. And then I think we booked three seats.
Hey, my trip in when was that? My trip in 2013. No, yeah, the leg from Tokyo to Manila. There was hardly anybody on. No, that wasn't it. That was this last time I went. I went on the way there, and yeah, I took A&E on the way there, and Qatar on the way back, and there wasn't hardly a soul on that plane because of the COVID thing. So
Yeah,
I had I had all the seats next to me.
yeah, I've been on a couple of flights domestically that I went, wow, there's nobody on these planes. Yeah, and this is before COVID. This is during my work world. And I've flown a couple of times. I'm like, they're like, well, just sit anywhere you want. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, John, that was mighty nice of you. By your
Yeah,
daughter.
I bought his daughter a first class seat to Hawaii so she can know the difference.
Usually in the United, if you're flying international, and you have business class, and if there's an opening, which there almost is, they'll put you in a first class seat.
Yeah, they'll move you up. They'll put you on too.
But I'm telling you, man, if you ever go, the port of entry, Chicago, even with the thing, Chicago, San Francisco. If you go to Miami one, oh my God, you got to go way to hell the other end to get your bag and to come way to, oh my God. That was a freaking nightmare.
John, so your daughter went to Hawaii for the summer for a college program for the summer. She go down? Did she go to the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors? I've never been in first class in a plane either. I've flown in a couple of private jets.
You get a little more room on those, but it say a $1,200 ticket would cost you $3,000.
3,000 to 5,000. Yeah, I've flown on a couple of private jets.
Business.
And those are sweet. Got to admit, if you could ever fly a private jet, Jesus, that's the way to go. I mean, it's.
I don't have the money you got. Huh?
Well, I was a guest. Of some very important people in my past, and they needed me to come to certain locations.
They weren't from Colombia, were they?
I can't say where they were from.
Oh Lord.
No, but they needed me to come to a different location than I was, and they came up and got me and scared me. So it was very, very nice, very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. I gotta admit.
With leather seats and all that, huh? Soft leather.
Oh,
What we got here?
Just the vibe, of being in a smaller plane that just,
It was it didn't dawn on me because I wasn't looking, and she said she never told me nothing. So I'm sitting there kind of moving around like a kid would, sitting in the seat, moving around because it can. And didn't dawn on me. And I had my headset on, I had it cranking. Nobody ever complained. And I said, man, these were the nicest seats I ever had. What? And she said, oh, it's first class. I said, oh.
Yeah. I like, we booked a lot of times. We booked the seat like by the door. We got a line in the aisles. So that you have more leg room. And then we've done and then Lorelei's been able to lay on the floor and go to sleep.
Those are almost, every time I even look up, I booked a ticket for Puerto Rico like in September, and we didn't go till March. I think you're allowed 6 months, and it was nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're planning a trip this year, late this year. We haven't gotten very far down the road, but we got some people that want us to go go either to New York for New Year's or I'm trying to talk them into going on a cruise for New Year's this coming New Year's and around that time. And whether we may go, if everything's better, we may go and do a European cruise like Spain.
I'm not a cruise guy, but if I were to choose between New York and that, I think I'd take the cruise.
Man, we love cruises. We love them. I mean, if my life was different, we would be down in Florida, real close to the terminal, and we'd go all the time.
I like the beach, and give me to the beach and my little white ass on that and then that sand, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm. We like cruises because you get to do the same thing, but so many different things, and everything's
only different.
If you want to go horseback riding on the beach, you can do that. If you want to just hang out by the pool, you can do that. If you want to go watch a show, you can go do that. Eat, I mean, we did cruises. I would cruise if our life was set up right. I would cruise every 6 months.
I was in Puerto Rico. Yeah, that trip went pretty fast because we flew from Chicago to Miami, then then on the way back it went directly to Chicago.
Yeah, we've been thinking about doing a cruise to, where does she want to go? Jamaica and Puerto Rico. We haven't been to those yet. We've been to
Puerto Rico's expensive, but still.
Yeah.
But listen, if you've ever been on a beach with sand and palm trees, you wouldn't know where the hell you were. It's the same.
No, and that's my point. You know, a beach is a beach is a beach is a beach. I hate to say it. I've been to a lot of beautiful beaches in America, in the Philippines, and every other freaking country we've been to. Aruba. Look,
Hey.
I hate to tell you this. It's all the same shit.
I like those inclusive. I had back in 2013. My trip was my airfare and the 7 days, 6 nights was $1,000.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, John, when I was still working, that's one thing I did. Anytime there's a way for me to get the college to pay for me to travel, man, I was the first to volunteer. I mean, if they needed a warm body to go anywhere to represent the college, I'm like, I'll go do it. If you're paying, I'm flying. So I got to do a lot of things, but I missed out on a couple of good trips. There was a one being planned for Russia that I was excited about, but it got canceled. So sand in the crack. That's right, John. So, and that's what I mean. It's I think for me personally, my personality is no matter where I live, the environment that I live in gets boring after a while. That's why it's good to go see the mountains, to go see the beach, to go see the desert, to go see this, to go see that. That's kind of what I like to do. I like to, I guess, mix it up somewhat because, sitting around on a tropical beach, sounds great. But after a while, it's going to be the same old shit you look at every day. And so it's not going to be as great. So for you to appreciate, my philosophy is for you to be able to appreciate nature or something that you really love, you have to get away from it. So I love to fish. Man, if I could, guys, I would fish probably 3 to 4 times a week, But one thing I've learned, because I've been in places where I've got to fish every day. I mean, I've gotten my fish on every day. It gets old, even though I love to fish. So I know that in order to keep enjoying it, you got to back off. So if you want to enjoy that beautiful beach, you need to go somewhere else, something else, or you're not going to enjoy the beautiful beach.
I could like if it weren't for the fact that I had to get up, go to the bathroom, I could literally sit there all day on the beach because it's so peaceful. It brings me such peace. I sit there and all I hear is the water, waves in the air. It's puts me at ease.
Yeah, I think, and that's, yeah, John, you're right. Swimming and snorkeling in the ocean, that's the key. For me, my personality is I need to be stimulated. That's one thing I've learned about myself. I need to be stimulated. So
Yeah, that's kind of personal, isn't it?
So whether it's swimming, snorkeling, exploring, you got to kind of keep me interested in things, or I'm no good. Like, it sucks.
I know you're talking like that.
So keep me stimulated, buddies. Ladies and gentlemen, keep me stimulated. And maybe that's why I like you, because there's always something going on that you can do. So,
I'm gonna have to use that sometime.
yeah. But don't get me wrong, sitting on the beach is nice, but people watching is one of the best things that you can do. It's one of the most funnest things you can do. And sitting on a nice beach watching people is always fun.
We were, I was up in Wisconsin Dells once, and this couple was up there. They must have been probably mid-30s or 40s, and the wife had a nice looking body, big chi-chis, and she must have been mad at the husband because she stood straight up and was digging through this bag for like 12 minutes, man. And I think she's doing that purposely to get him mad.
Mhm.
because he got up and said something. She goes, "Oh, just shut up," and she stood there and did that like that. Oh my God, this guy must have been real.
Yeah, people watching is interesting. When we were in Carousel, we had like a 90-year-old woman perched in front of us who kept
Night.
exposing us, Lorelai and I, to her backside.
What?
That was,
90-year-old woman.
yeah, that wasn't very pleasant. But
Oh my God. Looked like a hot air balloon let out of the air.
it was pretty rough.
Hmm.
So John says my older brother was living with a lady from Wisconsin Dells, a Native American lady. Oh, that's good.
Hey, you know what? What's a shocker there is that Wisconsin Dells, they really did a good job of keeping it updated.
What is
And
Wisconsin?
so it wasn't like they have all kinds of hiking, water parks, that kind of thing. When I went through Niagara on the Canadian side, it was like a flashback 1950s. But Wisconsin Dells there, but the only bad thing about them now is that the crime that happens here in the big cities is happening there now, when it never even, it's just terrible. That bad elements up there.
So the Wisconsin Dells are like a tourist area, or is it
Yeah,
like
tourist.
a
Yeah,
state
it's
or
just
something?
tourist.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've never heard of it. So, but I've
Well,
only
you
been
got to go on a duck ride. They used a lot of those amphibious vehicles from World War II.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, we have some of them around here up in Branson. A few years ago, one of them capsized and killed a bunch of people, 17 people.
Hmm.
Yeah, they can be a little dangerous on bad weather. So, yeah, it's a big deal, big story up here.
Is it a
Branson.
long ride? Is it a long ride for you to get to Branson?
No, not really. It's an hour and 45 minutes.
Hour 45. That's okay.
Yeah,
Like 200 miles, 230, something like that.
No, we go to Branson on a regular basis. I mean, we'll do it at the spur of the moment, drive up and hang out and go
From
shopping.
Melda.
Yeah,
John.
yeah, no.
Your farts must have smelled like
Formaldehyde.
formaldehyde.
Yeah, it was rough. I think we got a couple pictures of it on our cruise ship videos from the kids.
I thought it was hilarious. And I was the only one. My wife, second wife, my kids were little. We were in Florida, eating at a place called Brewmeister's, and it had church pews for seats.
Okay.
Yeah, very comfortable. And
Yeah.
there were two old couples on the other side of us because we were in our 30s back, early 30s. So we're eating, and all of a sudden, I hear this burp, and you can feel a vibration. And I started laughing my ass off, but to them, I guess it was just something normal.
Yeah. Yeah, John, I saw the videos today about the kid that had a heart attack for the Buffalo Bills. Last I heard was he was in the ICU there in Cincinnati, in a coma, basically, a medicated state.
I wonder if he'd be able to play football more.
I don't know, and the funny thing was, I don't know if he just, I guess one of the questions is when he hit the guy, because he was the tackler,
Mm-hmm.
did that cause the heart attack, or was there underlying condition that caused him to have a heart attack?
See what sucks for him if he's not able to play anymore. If he doesn't have insurance,
yeah,
if he doesn't have insurance, he's a rookie. So
if he's a rookie,
you only get X amount of dollars there.
That's right, and you got to have 4 years before you get part of the NFL retirement or something. You got to play 4 years.
No, but if he becomes disabled, I don't know if I'm sure they have that kind of thing. I'm not, I couldn't swear by it.
Well, if he becomes disabled, he goes on disability, Social Security disability. You know, he may get a chunk of money from Buffalo.
But I'm talking about the disability kind of money that the football players' money.
I don't think. I think you got to be in the league for 4 years before you're eligible for all of that.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a special on that a couple of years ago, which is one of the problems was you had all these NFL players getting injured and getting out of the sport early, but they couldn't get any benefits from the NFL because there was like a 4-year limit, or you had to be an active player for 4 years.
Yeah,
And
plus,
3 years, you know. But
plus for SSDI, he hasn't worked his job very long.
no, the good news, no, you know, but he would still get it, obviously, but. You know, but hopefully maybe he has a college degree and maybe his heart attack, maybe he won't be able to play football again, but maybe he could coach. You know,
Yeah, there you go.
his life isn't over, you know.
No, he could share his experience for like years and years.
Yeah, you know, you just don't know. I mean, I guess, right now they don't know if he's going to live or die technically, but, you know, he may still die, but it's a trip. It's a trip.
When I was a,
John's eating.
when I was a kid, there was a Detroit Lion guy that died on the field.
Yeah. Well, I've known a couple of athletes myself who had to give up the sport due to heart issues, heart murmurs, irregular heartbeats, and they weren't allowed, and they were on the college level. So I know a couple of guys that have been booted out of there because of that.
John, are those fish eyeballs? Do those burst when you chew them?
Yeah, John, are you chewing the eyeballs or are you just swallowing them? I was telling you, you know, John, you might have medical assistant attempt having sex. Oh, John, yeah, you're crazy. Fish eyeballs. I was telling somebody the other day that because we're talking about the Filipino fish eyeball eating crap, and he's Filipino, and I told him, I said, you know, I like using the fish eyeballs as fish bait. So, you know, if you're perch fishing, if you're fishing, and if you need some bait, catch you a perch, scoop out their eyeball.
Really? You know, that's like having an eye looking at them.
It's great fish bait. I'm telling you, fish.
That's because you're getting a little away from them because they're looking at them with that eye.
But I've caught a lot of fish off of fish eyeballs. Just saying. But no, I have not sucked down any eyeballs. It's just not my thing. So, but we could. What did we have over the week? We had red snapper. I think I bought a red snapper for the holiday. Lorelei cooked sweet and sour red snapper.
Well, you don't have to buy one.
Yeah, here in Arkansas, you got to go buy them. You know, we don't. Red snapper's a saltwater fish, so we have a brand new Asian store that just went up about a half a mile from our house, and they seem to be trying really hard to make a really nice store. So we went.
You know, the Asian food store here. I mean, that's a heaven for Asians.
Yeah.
And as soon as my wife, as soon as they walked into the store, it was like she didn't know what the hell to run to first.
Yeah. Well, I'm really surprised how many white people we see at our Asian stores. You know, but then again, if you want some ingredients, or if you cook, you know, they have a lot of good resources. So, and this one has a deli set up and everything. So they do the fried tilapia and all kinds of stuff. They have live catfish and live crab, you know. So we went and got a big old red snapper and cooked it over the weekend for everybody.
Have you had the crabs there?
Not at that one. We haven't purchased any crabs from them. but we bought it from another Asian store and done it. So we and for Christmas we had a seafood buffet is what we did here at the house for Christmas. You know, we had lobster and crab legs and shrimp,
Me, man.
all kinds of stuff for Christmas dinner.
I made the mistake of I left the state fair with this little girlfriend of mine. We went to Red Lobster, and that's the first time I ever ate crab. It was delicious, but but butter and all that shit was just too rich. And when I got home, man, that lobster didn't spend too much time in my stomach.
Yeah. You know, grouper, we love grouper. Grouper's good eating. I love grouper. One thing we found that when we were down in Florida, you know, before we went to the Philippines, we spent a good month in Florida hanging out, enjoying life. And we went to a fish store where you could buy fish, and you could also, if you were a fisherman, bring your fish there and they would clean it. What Lorelai found was that she could buy the fish heads really cheap for pennies. And they had so much meat lodged up in their heads because she knows this from being Filipino, you know. And so we would take those home, and those things were so cheap, but they had so much meat, especially the groupers in the heads.
Never had that. Never had that fish. Meat is more like a brain, wasn't it?
No, it was truly meat. It was just, you know, the way the skull is shaped. The meat, there's a lot of muscle up in it.
Oh, okay.
So when they clean fish, they just want the fillets, and the store that butchered up the fish for these fishermen would then just resell their carcasses to the Asians because of for fish soup and things. But a lot of them had so much meat left on them, we would just buy those, take them home, and really enjoyed that. So, John said the Native Americans call it the Res lobster. Res lobster. I haven't been to Red Lobster in forever. You know, one, we're trying to cut down on how much eating out we do. We are, and two, around here, Red Lobster is just kind of greasy. You know, none of our even like the Italian Garden, places like that all seem to be kind of, you know, mid-level food quality. So we don't try to do those a lot. And we haven't eaten sushi in a while either. Maybe we'll have to do that by the end of January. And then I got a new adventure I'm going to do. I'm going to learn how to become a pizza master. So I'm going to learn to make my own homemade pizza from scratch. That's one of my new adventures I'm going to start in February.
I've done that. Fun.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to have something to do. You know, that's why I'm buying stuff off of auctions.
You got a wife right in the other room.
My wife?
You have a wife in the other room.
Yeah, now I do. She's usually at work though. When she's at work, I got to have something to do.
Well, there you go.
I don't like, you know, just sitting around doing nothing. So during the day, you know, I play with my watches. I'm learning watch repair, and because I bought a whole bunch of watches that I'm going to flip. You know, so I've been getting into that. I've learned how to repair cuckoo clocks a little bit. So, you know, I'm trying to give myself some activities to do. And now I want to become a pizza master. John says, me and my wife do nothing. We play with each other. Yeah. Well, Lorelai and I do a lot together. We spend a lot of time.
Yeah, you could play post office, all kinds of games.
You can. Strip poker. You know, that's a good one. You know, but but you know, it doesn't do any good to play strip poker when you can just say, "Hey, I take your clothes off."
If you lose, you still win.
That's right. But I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. So that's what I've been trying to do to stay busy, man. I'm trying to find things to keep my mind stimulated and to have some fun. So I bought 7 pounds of sports cards, which I know nothing about sports cards. I bought 7 pounds of them, and it will take me a little bit to go through them and see if there's actually anything worth anything in those 7 pounds. And same thing with all these watches that I've purchased at auction. You know, get them up and running, and then get rid of them, and just
So you get them, you bring them home, and you sit there.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, John, what the latest is on the NFL player. I'm going to try to see here top stories. Maybe it's on or sports news.
I think he's,
Let's see.
stable, serious, yeah, he might have been dead out in the field, or they were doing CPR.
Let's see. Bill issues Tuesday afternoon. His name is Hamlin. Remains in critical condition after spending Monday night in the ICU unit. Apparently, when the cardiac arrest, they restored his heartbeat on the field.
That means he was dead on the field.
Yeah, his heart stopped. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why those defibrillators are so good, man. People don't realize that those damn portable defibrillators have saved so many lives. But right now, there's no real update. He's still just in intensive care, I guess.
Yep.
Let's see, what does John do? John says, I got books to read and booze to confuse my mind. Picture of the spirit world. Yeah. Yeah, I read some books too.
Venture that spirit world when you're toking up, huh? You're taking a thing off that little mini bong.
Mhm.
Tell you, man, all the world leaders should get together and they in one room and they pipe all the weed, smoke into that room. They'll have everything, give them a lot of pizzas and stuff and brownies. They'll get the world problems taken care of.
Yeah, everybody needs
Smoke signals. That's what you can tell the cops if you're in a state that where weed's illegal. I don't know if it's legal in California now or not.
I don't know. They need the tax money really bad, but I doubt it, knowing how crazy they are.
Yeah, that's insane. I wouldn't.
It is. It's only
San Bernardino used to be when a lot of the industry took a dive. I mean, there's this one guy that has a YouTube channel, does information with states and all that, retiring, how much it costs to live there. And he was from San Bernardino, and the airport is supposed to be like an international airport. It looks like some ghost town, There's no action there. I think it's about an hour east of Los Angeles.
Yeah, my dog is snoring.
Snoring?
Yeah. And or dreaming something.
Sound like
She's having a better time than us, I think. I don't know what she's doing over there in her sleep. So
is she kicking her legs?
Yeah, a little. Yep. Maybe she's running after the.
Get that little ticklish spot there. Huh?
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's California's a strange state. I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't know if it's legal. I know what is it, Colorado? I know. I don't know if Oklahoma passed it or not.
California does. I mean, Colorado an old schoolmate of mine. He loves it there. I said, "Why you love it there?" Because he said, "Because weed's legal."
Yeah.
Mm,
Let's see. I'm going to pull it up real quick.
mm.
States where marijuana is legal. Fully legal is blue. Okay, mix. Okay. So it looks like California, Alaska, Washington, Oregon is fully legal. Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Illinois, Missouri is fully legal. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, Maine, New York, Michigan, New Jersey, Connecticut, Virginia, Maryland is all fully legal. Partly is Arkansas. We're partly legal for medical only. So California is fully legal. Oh, my wife is killing something. So
Is she killing it with her voice?
I don't know. She's probably playing her new. I bought her a Nintendo
What, a blow up doll?
Switch. Yeah, maybe she's beating the blow up doll. I bought her a Nintendo Switch Glow or something the other day for
Yeah.
Christmas, so that they could the girls can all come over and do the dance thing.
Oh,
So, but
makes them happy.
yeah. So California's fully legal now.
What happened to your dog?
Can I help you?
Uh-oh.
My dog was killed.
What did you?
Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. Good thing you didn't come in here earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to buy this one.
Fortnite.
It's killing.
Oh, well, Lorelai likes killing games where you just.
Oh, that's what Viking plays now. God. That's what the kids play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not a Viking. It's for
No.
The Christian.
Our friend, the Viking.
Viking of Norway. He plays that.
I
Those games. Yeah, he's 50.
no, this one I've been killing.
All right. Well, remember we're poor.
Oh yeah, you've been buying there.
I haven't bought anything. Anthony bought it all.
Find a patch kit for the doll.
I'm done on this thing.
Well,
Someday she'll know. Someday.
yeah. So here's her new game. It's the Nintendo
I charging the white one, so
Grow or Glow or something. What do they call this? I don't know.
the latest one.
The latest one. We were talking about PlayStations earlier.
So yeah, which one is better, Xbox or
PlayStation.
PlayStation?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
play those children's games.
Yeah. So
You
PlayStation.
So where you at?
guys gonna be slapping tickle later.
That's right. John says it's legal for doctors to assist in death in Canada. You know,
What happened to your dog?
well, she was a
Look, you might as well have it here. My father was in there. He had stroke real bad. So they couldn't feed him through a tube because he had the acid reflux issue like I got. And they couldn't do that. So he essentially starved to death.
John, are you talking about, and I'm just kind of curious because, in the States, we have hospice, which basically is when I decide that I give up. I do not want any more medical care and I just want to be left to die. You're talking about that they kind of do that, or would they administer drugs to help you take the long nap? Because I think assisted suicide is.
That's all it is when they put a dog on her, they just OD them with the sedative. That's all.
Right. So yeah, my question is that what they're doing in Canada, or are they just doing the hospice program?
Quietly fade away.
Well, one's longer. I've gone through the hospice program probably 10 or 12 different times with friends and family members. And it's really, really, really good program. But it's also a very brutal program to watch the people go from being somewhat alert or whatever down to the coma. It's it can take days to watch the human body die.
No, I kept getting I was on the thing for pulling the plug,
Mhm.
and I kept getting every day. They must have been hard up for the bed because every 2 a.m. every day they'd call me, but I never answered it because it was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and they couldn't wait till he left, so they'd have that bed for somebody else.
Well, that's what they did when I was in the coma, was they told Lorelai all the time, repeatedly, multiple times during the day that they needed to just take me off the ventilator and be done with me, So, but if it wasn't for her telling them no, that's what they would have done. They would have just, I wouldn't be here today.
Who told them no?
Lorelai, my wife,
No.
she refused to allow them to do that. So,
Yeah, you know what I said? I said as long as my dad's insurance will pay for it, keep him on there.
yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah, but they wanted to take me off, apparently all the time. And they tried twice. They did it twice. And if you ever watch my video about this, I talked about the 2 times I was murdered in my coma. And I know that it correlates with the 2 times they took me off the ventilator to see if I could breathe on my own. And I couldn't, of course. So, but there's 2 times in my coma when I was actually murdered, violently murdered, and I know it corresponds with that.
You could go down. You since you're immune to, you can go down to Little Rock and live there in the most violent area, and nothing will happen to you.
Yeah, maybe. But why would I want to live in Little Rock? Little Rock is,
Well, it doesn't matter where you live. Because it ain't easy to get rid of you.
not easy. I'm like a cockroach, I think.
Somebody's got a better plan for you, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm like a fat cockroach, but you just can't get rid of me.
Fat taco. Yeah.
Fat cockroach,
Oh.
but it's all right. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, we've been on here for about 2 hours, and that's usually what I do. And then wrap it
An
up.
hour and 59 minutes too long, huh?
Yeah. And then you're doing yours Friday night, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm thinking about not, but I don't know. I think I will.
Thinking about not doing them at all or just skipping a Friday?
Yeah, geez. I was going to go to my mom and got a TV. I got to set it up. Ain't much setting it up, but to put the stands on it and program the TV channels. But I was going to do that on Friday, but she called me today, and she wants me to come over tomorrow. I got my rehearsal phone call tomorrow, so I don't want to mess around with missing that.
Thinking of that, I think I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was Thursday, but today's the 3rd already, right?
Yeah. Yep. 3rd. Yep.
I put in your calendar.
Well, I appreciate that. Lorelai says she put it in my calendar,
Wow.
which I don't ever look at my calendar.
Snoopy.
Apparently, I think I got a 10 o'clock appointment tomorrow. I better
Holy cow.
set some alarms or something to make sure I go to that.
Look at dynamite or something.
Man, I forgot all about that.
There you go.
Well, that's all right. Well, I'll check on you Friday and see if you're up and about.
Yeah.
And,
What's today? Tuesday, right? Okay.
and Tuesday is today. I better check this real quick. Let's see. When is that appointment? Man, or I'm going to be in trouble.
Your screen is flickering like crazy.
Wow. Maybe January the 4th. Yep. I wonder why that is. I wonder why it's flickering. Is the aliens coming to get me?
I don't know.
So
Uncle Sam saying enough.
saying, yeah, they're coming to get me, man, or tax me or something. It's a tax man. All right, my friends, we will see you guys next week, same time, live. All
Friday, maybe Friday.
I'll see you Friday if you're up on live.
All right.
So
Adios.
see ya.